is what keeps a nation insulated and protected. The Satan saw Yaakov Avinu and said, if he gets through, if he gets past me, Am Yisrael will have a regeneration. Klal Yisrael will have an existence. The nation will perpetuate. The Torah is the greatest threat against the Satan, and therefore he went after Yaakov Avinu. Miraculously, he was not able to overtake him. We have a guarantee. Ki lo yishachach mepi zar'o. The Torah will never be forgotten. There will always be Talmidei Hachamim. There will always be scholars. There always will be yeshivot. That is a guarantee. Yaakov is impenetrable. The Satan, that war over there, when you see the Satan fighting Yaakov, you have to picture Yaakov as all the yeshivas. The Sephardi, the Ashkenazi, the Hasidim. Yaakov represents every yeshiva man. Every fellow studying in the Kollel. Every Balabayit that's Kovei Atim La Torah. That's what Yaakov is there. And when the Satan is fighting him, he's burning down the yeshivas. He's trying to do what the Nazis did and destroy Torah. And Yaakov Avinu would not let him. Yaakov Avinu comes out solid. He comes out strong. He's indefatigable, inexhaustible. The angel was not able to get him. However, one part of his body he was able to attack, and that's his leg, the hip. The Zohar HaKadosh says, Kaf Yerek Yaakov, Elu Timichin Deoraita. This is referring to the supporters of Torah. Which means, the body of Yaakov himself, you can't touch. But what holds up the body, that's the legs, that's the hips, there already the Satan was able to put a poison in. The Satan was able to put a certain influence of negativity in the supporters of the Torah. That means it's not going to be easy to raise money for Torah. And therefore, Satan says, if I can't get the Torah head on, I'll go after the money supply. Imen kemach and Torah. And if I could stop the money supply from going to the yeshivas, so I accomplish the same thing. If the Rosh Yeshivot don't have money, they can't pay the Avrechim, they can't pay the teachers, and they have to close down. Until today, especially today, we're feeling this damage. We're feeling this blow. When you go collect money for any organization, Chesed, oh, what's the name of the Chesed organization? The hospital, oh, my pleasure. We're collecting for the synagogue. We'll put your name in lights. We'll give you a nameplate on your seat. Oh, where do I make the check to? Go to somebody, we're collecting for the yeshiva. Yeshiva? Another yeshiva? What are the yeshivas for? Or better word, I have a dirtier word. We're collecting for the Kollel. Whoa, Kollel. More Kollelim. Let them go to work. What are you doing over here? Bench warmers? They're sitting and reading Aramaic all day long, drinking coffee. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in giving something that's productive. This is what you hear. I don't agree. I sit in the Kollel all day long. But this is what they say. It's the hardest to collect money for the yeshivas. Hachnasat kala. Oh, wedding. Who doesn't want to give money to a wedding? Beautiful thing. Bikur olim. Oh, food. Feeding the people. Is anything more important than feeding the people? Donating clothes. Anything. They're collecting money for a group of boys that are sitting and learning Torah. Learn Torah. Let them go to work. Why is that attitude that way? That's an aftermath and a consequence and a fallout of that blow to the hip of Yaakov. The next time you're solicited and you're hesitating, should I give it a... You have to know that that's where the attack was. The attack was on you, not on Yaakov. The Bnei Torah is still learning. The yeshivas are still studying Torah. Torah will never be forgotten. But as the supporter of Torah, are you going to have the zechut to uphold the nation? Are you going to have an opportunity to buy into this policy called the Torah policy that guarantees and ensures Klal Yisrael longevity and guarantees that our families will remain pure without assimilation? Anytime you hesitate, you have to know that's coming from the Kaf Yerech of Yaakov. Elu temichin deoraita. I once heard a derasha. I'm not making a drive here tonight collecting for the yeshiva, but it sounds like it. I once heard a derasha. The Gemara says one of the people that they send back from war. In the olden days, if you had a little avera, they wouldn't let you go fight with Klal Yisrael. So it says somebody that talks between tefillin shel yad and tefillin shel rosh. Hasah ben tefillah shel yad le tefillah shel rosh. How long does it take to put on tefillin shel yad? And there's a 2-second interval in between, and you put on the rosh. You're not supposed to talk in between. You're supposed to put on immediately. But somebody talks in between, no good. So I heard understanding like this. The rosh represents Torah. Torah is in the mind. And what does the hand represent? The hand represents the tzedakah, the support. The support of Torah is in the hand. That's where you write the check. That's where you give the money from. And if there's a hefsek between the rosh and the yad, if there's a break between the contributors and the learners, if those are not bound together, tefillin shel yad, tefillin shel rosh, that's big averah. There can never be a separation. There can never be an interference between those two. I once heard another derasha. When the Jewish people were in the Midbar, it says they got to a place called Refidim. When they got to Refidim, it says Amalek came and attacked us. So the Gemara says, why do they call the place Refidim? It says, Al shirafu yedehem me'atorah. Their hands became weakened from learning. Which means simply, they were lax in their learning. Rafu yedehem me'atorah. Refidim. Rifu yadayim. So it's a flowery way of saying they stopped learning. They went a few days without learning. Amalek comes right after them. So let's ask the question. What do you mean, Rafu yedehem min Torah? Torah's in the brain. Unless you want to say they were Ashkenazim, so they were learning like this over here. So Rafu yedehem min Torah, they weren't going like this for a couple of days. What does it mean over here? Rafu yedehem min Torah. The explanation is that the Torah is telling you, when Amalek comes, when the enemies come, when you have to be worried about the assimilation, when you have to worry about the exile, is when the hands become weak. The hands are what supports the Torah. When people start not to give money to the yeshivas, Torah, it's the hands that they're worried about, because that's what the tzedakot are given. Could you believe it? That's what the Satan went after. He went after you people. Those that contribute to Torah institutions. Those that have an opportunity to give money to the Torah. You have to know, and when you overcome it and write the check, you have to know you just gave the Satan a deadly blow. You just took the Satan like Yaakov Abinu and you knocked him out. This is the first explanation of what Satan was doing to Yaakov. But tonight I'd like to offer a new interpretation that's brought down by the Sfarim. The Gemara in Menachot, Daf Mem Gimal, says in the name of Rabbi Meir, Hayav Adam levarech me'ah berachot bechol yom. A person is obligated, men and ladies, to make 100 blessings a day. You have to know that. It's an obligation. It's brought down in the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Mem Vav, in the Tur. You have to keep count. You have to have a counter with you. Every time you make a beracha, you have to click. And you must get to the magic number 100. You can go over, but you can't go under. How do we know this? Where does it say 100 berachot? Where does it say that it's one of the mitzvot? Where does it say this in the Torah? So the Gemara quotes the pasuk, Ve'ata Yisrael, Ma Hashem Eloheka shoel me'imach, ki im liyir'ah. And now, Jewish people, what does Hashem ask from you? Ma Hashem Eloheka shoel me'imach. What does he ask from you? Not too much. Ki'im liyir'ah. All he's asking is to fear him. So the Gemara says, Al tikre ma ela me'ah. Oh, we're playing on the words over here. This is interesting. You see the word ma, and the Gemara says, don't read it ma, read it me'ah. Okay, maybe read it matayim. I mean, you just change words around. The Hachamim, unbelievable. They saw a word, and they knew there's flexibility in the word. They knew it can't mean ma. It has to be me'ah. Maybe I'll have to explain this one day. How the rabbis knew to change it from ma to me'ah. But what are they saying? What is God asking from you? He's asking from you, me'ah berachot bechol yom. And if you think about it, on a normal given day, it should be very easy to accomplish the me'ah berachot. Before you even wake up and get out of bed, you have 18 berachot in Berachot HaShachar. Bingo. So 18, you have a head start. After the Moda'ani, boom, 18, Makahat, Berachot HaShachar. You have Baruch She'amar, that's another beracha. You have Yishtabach, that's another beracha. You're at 20 already. You have the two berachot of Yotzer. You have the beracha before Kiryat Shema. You have Ga'al Yisrael, that's another 4. 24 berachot, beautiful. You didn't do anything yet. You're up for a half hour, you're at 24. As a religious Jew, you're going to pray 3 Amidot a day. Each Amidah has 19 berachot. 19 times 3 is 57. How are you going to remember that? The Pasuk says, Erev, Vabocher, Vasahorayim. That's the 3 tefillot. Asiha ve'ehemeh. Ve'ehemeh gematria 57. Erev, Vabocher, Vasahorayim, Asiha. I will speak to you, God, in the evening, in the morning, in the afternoon. Ve'ehemeh. And you will answer me. That's 57. So 57 and 25. So you're ready, 67, 77, you're in the 80s already. And that's without eating yet. All you gotta do is eat bread once a day, and you pick up 6 berachot. Nitilat Yadayim, Hamosi, 4 in the Birkat HaMazon, already you're pushing 90. Now you're gonna say, well, I don't eat bread every day, Rabbi, I only eat bread on Shabbat. Okay, no problem. Well, you're still gonna eat. You make a she'akot, you make a etz, you make a adama, you make a mizonot, then you have beracha acharona, ala mehya, but in the nefashot, and you eat 3-4 times a day, you snack, and so on. And then, of course, you cannot forget the asher yatzar, that every so often we have to go to the bathroom and so on, the avil, and then the asher yatzar is count up during the day. And before you know it, you have 100 without even having to be too concerned. And that's a responsibility. Ma Hashem Eloheka shoel me'imach al tikre ma ela me'ah. Ladies as well have this obligation. Where did it start from? Because this pasuk is not the source really. This is what's called an asmachta. It's not really a mitzvah from the Torah. Ma, me'ah. That's a drasha. Where did it start from? So the Tur brings down in Siman Memvav, David HaMelech alav shalom tiken me'ah berachot. This was a tikkun of David HaMelech. He was the first one to establish 100 blessings. And the Gemara proves it, or he proves it, the Tur, from a pasuk in Shemuel HaNavi. In Shemuel Perech Chav Gimal it says, Ne'um David ben Yishai, says David ben Yishai, hagevet, and says the man who kam'al, the man that was above everybody, who kam'al, David HaMelech was above, he was the king. Says the Tur, what's the numerical value of al? Ayin Lamed is 100. Ayin is 70, Lamed is 30. Ne'um hagevet, says the man who kam'al, that established the takana of al. What's that? Me'ah berachot. Why? כי בכל יום היו מתים 100 נפשות מישראל. Why. Every day there was a plague, and 100 nefashot were dying every single day. The doctors didn't know why. There was a mahala that they couldn't understand where was it coming from. To lose 100 a day. ולא היו יודעים על מה. Ad shehakar ve'ebin beruach hakodesh, until he realized that this is happening because we don't have the protection of me'ah berachot. And therefore, if we make me'ah berachot, we'll be able to stop the Magifah. והבין ברוח הקודש ותיקן להם ליישם מהברכות ועל כן תקנו חכמינו ז"ל אלו הברכות על סדר העולם והנהגתו להשלים 100 ברכות בכל יום. That's the source. And where does this come from? Where did the plague come from? Why should it be all of a sudden 100 people die a day? What avon was this? Where did it come from? What was the origin? Says Hatam Sofer. It's in the battle of Yaakov and the Malach. When the Samech Mem, when the Satan himself saw that he can't get Yaakov, he said, I'm going to go after his descendants. The descendants is what comes out of Yaakov. That's his legs. The legs are like the children. The Gemara says, Bera kera de abu. The son is like the leg of the father. He's an extension of the father. If I can't get Yaakov, I'm going to go after his children. And I'm going to make gezerot against Klal Yisrael. And there's going to be lo alenu disease, and calamities, and catastrophes, and lo alenu v'lo alechem tzarot, tzara, yagon, v'anacha, and all that comes from the Satan himself. And he said there's going to come a period of history where there's going to be 100 Jews a day that are going to die. Which was in the times of David HaMelech. And also even in our time, lo alenu, v'lo alechem, we have gezerot ra'ot on Klal Yisrael. There's not a day that the curse is not worse than the day before. Every day we scared to wake up in the morning to hear what's the news about this person and that person, and did you hear about this? It's frightening to answer a phone, or we get a text and an email, we're scared to open it up. Emergency tehillim, emergency prayers, emergency operation. This is all from the Satan. Says Hatam Sofer, where? So he writes, Vayar ki lo yachol lo. He saw he wasn't able to get him. Vayiga bekaf. He went after the kaf. Kaf is chaf, peh. Chaf is 20, peh is 80, chaf is 100. The Satan says there's going to be gezerot on Klal Yisrael on a daily basis. You, Yaakov, I couldn't touch. But your children are going to be vulnerable. Yaakov realizes what happened. When he got hit, he understood this is a big hit for Klal Yisrael. This is gezerot. Vayomer shalicheni. Nah, he did his job. He accomplished his mission. Now the angel says, let me go. You're not going anywhere. Vayomer lo ashalichaka ki im berachtan. Now you have to bless me. Now you have to bless me. I need a solution. You cannot give me a problem like this and not give me an answer how I could fix it. How do we stop them from dying? So he says, so what's your name? Yaakov. Your name is not Yaakov anymore. Your name is Yisrael. That's the answer, he told him. Your name is Yisrael, and that's going to change the fate of Klal Yisrael. You know how you're going to stop the 100 people from dying? Because your name is Yisrael. Well, how's that answer it? What was the trait of Yaakov Abinu? Emet. Ten emet Yaakov, like I explained. When the Satan hit him in the leg, he was hitting the midah of emet of Yaakov. You know, if you take away the aleph from emet, what does it spell? Met. The Satan was pogem in the emet of Yaakov. So he tells him, but wait. If you want to fix it, your name will be Yisrael. Which really, says Hatam Sofer, in a coded message, your name is Yisrael, meaning make 100 berachot a day. And if you make 100 berachot a day, you'll stop my decrees. I am neutralized. He gave me a secret. This is a company secret. The Satan's telling you, I don't tell this to anybody. But you have me in a headlock, and I'm late for an appointment in the Shamayim. I got the choir practice, so I have to get out of here. So I'm going to tell you something that I don't usually tell anybody. But I'm telling you, if you make 100 berachot a day, I'm powerless. If you make 100 berachot, I cannot take any of Klal Yisrael. And how does he hint that to him? In the word Yisrael. How? The Midah of Yaakov is Emet. Emet is 441. Till now you have Midat Emet. But now you gotta add 100. You have to make 100 berachot. So Yaakov goes from 441 to 541. Your name is now Yisrael. How much is Yisrael? Let's work it out together. Yud, 10. Sin, 300. That's 310. Resh, 200. That's 510. Aleph Lamed is 31. 510 and 31 is 541. Your name is Yisrael. That besides Midat Emet, you got to add 100 to yourself now. Now you have Emet with 100 berachot. You have now neutralized me. And then the pasuk says, "Vayomer agid ana shemecha." Tell me your name. I'm not telling you my name. Vaybarech oto sham. Then he told him explicitly, your tikkun against what I did to you is vaybarech oto. You have to make berachot. And if you make your berachot, I'm powerless. I will not be able to attack Klal Yisrael. This is the depth of what took place. Rabotai, when we say to make berachot, we don't mean stam to just utter blessings. The beracha has to be a beracha. B'shem u'malchut. With Hashem's name. With kavanah. The Abarbanel says, Tefillah belo kavanah, keguf belo neshama. It's the Abarbanel that made this statement. It's not a Gemara anywhere. It's not a Chazal. Abarbanel coined this phrase. That a prayer without kavanah is like a body without a neshama. That means when you're saying the berachot, you have to put life into the beracha. Otherwise the beracha is dead. This sigula that neutralizes the Satan is only if there's life in the beracha, then it brings life into Klal Yisrael. But if your berachot are dead, so then the people remain with a goof without a neshama. That means when you're making a beracha with kavanah, you have to picture that you're involved in an operation. There's somebody sick in the hospital. You're not a doctor, but you are a doctor. You're better than a doctor. When you say Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu, you're putting a neshama into the beracha. That actually is a po'el demyon. It puts a neshama into a goof somewhere. It gives somebody a hayut. It gives somebody a refu'ah. It gives somebody a life. The Satan says, that's my kryptonite. When I hear 100 berachot a day, I become powerless. I'm unable to affect anything. But it's got to be a live beracha. You can't make a dead beracha and then expect it to cause life. If there's life in the beracha, then there's life as a result, as a consequence. The pasuk says in Parashat Naso. Pasuk says, Kaf achat asara zahav melea ketoret. Literally it means a spoon filled with ketoret, they would put on the mizbeach. Kaf achat asara zahav, the spoon itself weighed 10 golden coins, and melea ketoret. Says the Sefarim HaKedoshim, kaf again is 100. They're telling you have to make kaf, 100 berachot a day. Achat, and one beracha, each beracha is how much? Asara zahav. The value of each beracha is 10 coins. That means you have a deposit in the heaven, you have a bank. Every time you make a beracha the proper way, they deposit in your account 10 golden coins. Every day you make 100 berachot, it means you're making 1,000 golden coins. You know how much gold is today? Over $1,000 an ounce. And this coin over here is more than an ounce. It doesn't say it's an ounce. It's an expensive coin. But it's not a physical coin. You're gaining eternity on a very high level every time a berachah is made. Asara zahav. But that's on one condition. Mile'ah, where the berachah is complete. But if you swallow words, I'm sorry to tell you that many people when they make the berachot, they say Baruch Atah. You just swallowed a letter there. There's no word Chata. It's Baruch Atah. But when you say it fast, Baruch Atah, Chata, 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 every time it makes a berachah, eats an aleph. So what are you eating for? You're eating aleph, so you're eating letters. You don't have to eat anything anymore. By the time you made the berachah, you swallowed all the letters. You have to make a berachah harona on the berachah that you made. Baruch. Don't be scared to say berachot the right way. Mile'ah. It's got to be complete. Baruch Ata Hashem Yudke Vavke Haya Ove Yehiyeh. That's what you have to think of. He was, he is, will be. And he is Adonai, called the Master of the universe. Elokeinu, that's divine providence over the whole world, and almighty, all powerful. Melech Ha'olam. Again, how do many people say it? Melech Ha'olam. Ha'olam. What's it Ha'olam? There's no word Ha'olam. Melech Ha'olam. But again, you say it fast, boom, you swallow the hair. So now in your stomach you have an aleph, you have a hair, you have alphabet soup in your stomach. Melech Ha'olam. She'akol niya bidbaro bore peri agevore peri. Mile'ah. Then already, Mile'ah ketoret, it has the same secrets like the ketoret. But not in the olden days when there was a gezerah, when there was a decree, or when there was a mahala, a sickness or a plague, they would come to the synagogue. You know what they would do in the synagogue? They would read the ketoret. They would read the ketoret the way they used to bring it in the Beit HaMikdash. Reading of the ketoret stops death. How do we know that? When the Jewish people were dying in the times of Moshe Rabbeinu, Aharon ran into the Holy of Holies, or the Holy, and he brought a ketoret. And what does it say after he brought the ketoret, the incense? V'te'atzara magefa, the magefa stopped. So the pasuk is saying, kaf, the 100 berachot. Achat, one of them. Asara zahav is very, very expensive. It's worth 10 coins. But only when it's mile'ah, when it's a complete berachah. Then it's ketoret. It's like the ketoret. Just like the ketoret stops gezerot ra'ot, so too does me'ah berachot. If this is true what we're saying, we can go a step further. David HaMelech writes in the Tehillim, Mizmor leTodah, Hari'u l'Adonai kol ha'aretz. There's a chapter called the chapter of Todah, the chapter of Thanksgiving. David HaMelech says, Mizmor leTodah. You have to thank God for everything you do in this world. You got to make a berachah. That's what Mizmor leTodah means. Give thanks. How do you give thanks to Borei Olam? Before you eat something, before you benefit from this world, before you put on your shoes. Mizmor leTodah. Give thanks. Guess which chapter of Tehillim is Mizmor leTodah? The 100th chapter. How did you know? The 100th chapter. Why? Keneged the Me'ah Berachot. Because David HaMelech was alluding, he's the one who kamal, he's the one that established the Me'ah Berachot. So when he wrote his Tehillim, Mizmor leTodah is Perek Kof. Furthermore, just as a tidbit, if you count the letters in the pasuk, Ma Hashem Ata Yisrael, Ma Hashem Elokecha Shoel Me'imah Ki Im Li Yir'ah Oti Kol Yamim, etc. Exactly 100 letters in that pasuk. And you should know that this is by design, because the word Ve'ata Yisrael Ma Hashem Shoel, Shoel is written with a vav. In the whole Torah, Shoel is never written with a vav. It's written Hased. Here it's written with an extra vav in order to get to the number 100. So you see the Torah was alluding to this magical number. But we need to explain now, how did the rabbis have a right to go from ma to me'ah? That's al tikri ma ela me'ah. The explanation is like this. The pasuk is saying like this. What does God want from you? Ma Hashem Elohecha. Whenever you see the word ma means like it's a small thing. What am I asking for you anyway? Ma Hashem Elohecha. What does he want from you anyway? Kim liyir'ah. All he wants you is to have fear of him. That's it. Just have fear and then everything will be fine. The Gemara says, Atu yirat shamayim milta zutreteh. What do you mean? Yirat shamayim is a small thing? As the Gemara, the pasuk is playing it down. Listen, all you have to do is have yirat shamayim. That's all we're asking you. It's not a small thing at all. It's a very hard thing. As a matter of fact, what do I mean it's a hard thing? I'll tell you what it means. Harambam writes in Moreh Nebuchim, it's actually the first Ramah in Shulchan Aruch. The first Ramah in Siman Aleph says, you always have to keep in front of your face, your eyes, Sheviti Adonai L'Nechdi Tamid. God is in front of me. Like all of us, we always think Hashem is in front of us. The tzaddikim used to walk around always picturing Yud, Ke, Vav, Ke in front of them. With the Nikudot of Yir'ah. They would always picture Hashem is in front of them. And we know God is watching. We have Hashem on our mind. But I ask you a question. With all the fear of God that we have, and with all the yir'ah and the shiviti, how come it doesn't stop us? How come it doesn't stop us from sin? How come it doesn't stop us? We know Hashem is watching. We believe in the shiviti. We know everything. But it doesn't always work. Anybody going to say in this room, we don't have yirat shamayim? Of course we have yirat shamayim. Who doesn't believe yirat shamayim over here? To a high degree, we believe Hashem is watching us all the... So then how come we could talk during the Kaddish if you know Hashem is watching? How come we could talk during Sefer Torah if we know Hashem is watching? How is it possible to make a avot, to talk Lashon Hara? Shaviti Hashem. But Harambam said, if you have Shaviti Hashem and Tamid, if you always know God is in front of you, Yirat Shamayim, you'll be a different human being. But it's not like that. We believe that Hashem is watching us, and we're still the same old people. You know what the Holy Books say? Holy Books say something amazing. It's because you can have a lot of Yirat Shamayim, but the Satan, the Samech Mem, his name is Samech Mem Aleph Lamed. What letters do you think are the negative letters, and what letters do you think are the positive letters? Like it's obvious. The prefix is the negative letters. The Samech Mem. And the Aleph Lamed, that's El, that's the positive letters. The Satan, the Holy Books say, has 100 kohot of Tum'ah that he puts into the world. Samech Mem is 100. That's his power. So even with all the Yirat Shamayim, but there's a blockage. The Satan puts a blockage of 100 kohot of Tum'ah that even though we have Yir'ah, it doesn't penetrate our heart. We have to blow away those 100 kohot of Tum'ah of the Satan. We have to blow away the Samech Mem of Satan. How do you do that? So the Gemara says, Ma Hashem Elohecha shoel me'ima ki im liyir'ah. What is God asking? Just to have fear. But it's not that easy. It can't be ma. It can't be just like a ma bekach. It must be al tikri ma ela me'ah. The only way that you're able to negate the Samech Mem and its kohot, those powers of Tumah, is with 100 Berachot. They were forced to say it. Because they said, Ki'im Niyah, Yirat Shamayim, that's it, and we're home free? Oh, so you people that have Yirat Shamayim, they're still making sins. Because as long as the Satan has the 100 kohot Tumah over a person, his Yirat Shamayim cannot flourish. So you got to get rid of it. You got to shoot it out of the sky. How do you do that? Berachot. That's why, if you look at the word me'ah, the Ben Ish Chai says, me'ah is Rashi Tevot. What's the second letter? Aleph. The first letter is Mem, and the last letter is He. Me'ah is Otiyot Aleph Mem He. Elokenu Melech Ha'olam. Which is the key to every berakah. That means one of the ways to bring Yirat Shamayim onto a person is making berachot. Now you understand the mechanics over here. The Satan came to Yaakov Avinu and he hit him in the calf. 100 people will die a day. Yaakov Avinu says, I'm not letting you go. What's the antidote? What's the remedy for this? Satan says, the remedy, your new name is Yisrael. Emet plus 100 berachot is 541. That's Yisrael. Vaybarech, make the berachot. When you make those 100 berachot, the samech mem of Satan disappears. And all you're left with is what? El. And that's Yaakov's contribution. That's why, if you look in this parasha, after Yaakov Avinu finishes with the angel, he builds a mizbeach. Vayetzev sham mizbeach. Vayikra lo El. Elohei Yisrael. God calls Yaakov El. What was he telling him? He's El. Hazak Baruch, you did it. You took the samech mem out of Satan. You have now given Klal Yisrael a secret. With those 100 berachot, you dismantled the samech mem. And that's why the pasuk says when Yaakov Abinu was born, it says, V'yado ochezet ba'akev Esav. He was holding on to the end of Esav. Esav, according to Zohar Kadosh, is not only Esav the Rasha. Esav represents the Malach of Esav. The Malach, the Satan, Samech Mem. When Yaakov was born, he's holding on to Akev Esav. What's the Akev of Esav? The El. The end of Esav. The end of Samech Mem. Where he said that's the goal of life. You gotta get the El back. That's ours. And the Samech Mem, blow it out of the water. By making the 100 berachot. That means every time you make a berachah mele'ah, boom, you're knocking him out. You're removing the samech mem and you're just connected. That's why God calls Yaakov El. You did it! Which when he was born, it was a premonition. That was his whole tikkun. Ba'akev Esav. Get the end of Esav. Just get those letters back. And in the battle, he got the secret, and at the end God says, you're El Yaakov. You did it. Hazak Baruch. You accomplished it. And that's the way our Yirat Shamayim becomes strengthened. Imagine if you make 100 berachot like a person's supposed to make it. The Torah says, by making me'ah berachot, Yirat Shamayim comes to you. The reason why our Yirat Shamayim is not so strong, even though we believe everything, because we don't make berachot the right way. Start making berachot like a person's supposed to make it, with the kavanot. Baruch, source of all blessings. Atta, you Hashem, Almighty, Melech, King, Ha'olam, of the whole entire world. Those are the key parts of the Berakah. Elokenu Melech Ha'olam is the key of the whole Berakah. That's the word Me'ah. Even according to the Zohar Kadosh. Elokenu Melech Ha'olam is the key to the whole Berakah. Melech Ha'olam especially. Melech Ha'olam, Lashet Tevot. Ma Hashem Melech Hashem Meimach. Melech Ha'olam, that's the key of every Berakah. Because when you come along and say, Melech Ha'olam, you're the king of the world, boom, Yirat Shamayim comes right into you. You're subjugating yourself to Hashem. Man, you say 100 times a day, Melech Ha'olam, Melech Ha'olam. If God's the Melech, you're an Eved. That's Hachna'ah, you're being Machni'ah yourself. You're being Machni'ah yourself, boom, Ki'im Yir'ah. That's why maybe also, we have a Berachah Amidah, the Berachah Modim. Modim is only one berachah, the Amidah. But the whole day long you have to be modeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We wake up with modeh ani lefanecha. Modim. What's the numerical value of modim? Mem is 40. Vav is 6. That's 46. Dalid, that's 50. Yud Mem is 50. Modim is 100. Because that's exactly what the goal of Christ, to be modim. How many times? 100. That's the Mizmor LeTodah, which is the 100th chapter. That's the 100 words in the Pasuk. But now, we need to explain one more concept. This is all good during the week. But Shabbat, we have a hard time getting 100 berachot. For the simple reason, although we have an extra amidah of musaf, but we lose out, instead of having 57 berachot, you only have 28. Instead of 19 times 3, you have 7 times 4. So, just going into the Shabbat, you're short 30 berachot about. If you make the calculation, okay, you eat three seudot and all that, at the end of the day, you get to 80. So you're really short 20. If you would like to talk in dollars and cents, every single day you make 100 berachot. You have 1,000 coins. I told you each berachah is worth 10. Should I bring you a proof? Somebody asked me once, prove me a berachah is worth 10. I will give you a simple proof. I have no problem. You don't scare me. The Pasuk says when Eliezer went to the well, and he saw Rivka, and he knew that was the girl, so he was so happy. So he says, Baruch Hashem Elohei Adoni Abraham. Oh, bless you Hashem, the God of Abraham. Hashem lo azav hastom iti. You didn't leave me alone. You brought me here. That means Rivka caused Eliezer to make a berachah. She was the impetus. She was the catalyst. What does he do right after he makes the berachah? He gives her jewelry. What is the jewelry's worth? Asara zahav v'shkalam, the pasuk says. He gave her I owe you 10 coins. Yeah? You caused me to make a berachah. Schar berachah is 10. I got to give you 10 coins. That's a simple proof. I can bring you more proofs than that, but I'm not going to bring you tonight. Now watch. The Gemara says, one time there was a shochet, he made shechitan, a chicken, and the blood was on the floor. He's about to do the kisui adam. Some guy comes, grabs dirt, Baruch atah Hashem Eloheinu zavanu, lekasot et hadam be'afar. Boom. Al kisui hadam be'afar. He throws the dirt on the blood. The guy says, you stole my berachah. Sue me. I am going to sue you. Took him to court. In the old days, what they went to court about. Not because I want to buy a building and I was there first and you encroached on it and shtuyot. They used to go to Beddin. The Beddin would sit there. Rab is sitting there. What's the case? He stole my berachah. Oh, this is a nice case. This is a nice case. He stole your berachah. Oh. Can I ask you which berachah was it? Kisui adam. Oh, how could you do such a thing? Steal bini berachot. We don't steal berachot. It's not nice what you did. Okay, Mehila, I got so excited. I love Hashem so much. I saw the berachah in front of me. My Yetzirah got the best of me. What should I do? I couldn't help it. I made the berachah. Okay, don't do that again. You have to pay him. Oh, Rabbi, how much do you have to pay? He says, Asara zahav. The Gemara says you have to pay 10 gold coins. So you see, in Bet Din, in the Gemara was posek that the berachah is worth 10 coins. So every day, how many coins you got? 1,000. On Shabbat, there's only 80 berachot. So you only have 800 coins. How many coins you're short? 200. 200. Beautiful. What do we do? How are we going to make it up? So the Chachamim give us ideas. Number one, fruit. Perot. That's why on Shabbat, we have dessert. After we finish Birkat Hamazon, we bring out the cantaloupe and the watermelon and the honeydew and the grapes. And make a etz, make a adama, make a nefashot, make a ala etz, as many, make a shakol, as many berachot as we can tally up on the perot and things like that and the good foods. We try to do that as well. But let's say a guy doesn't have fruit. He comes home, his wife said there was no fruit in the market today, everything is spoiled. Now what is he going to do? Well, she said nothing grows in the garden. The garden didn't grow this week. Now what are we going to do? So the Gemara says, that what? That if you listen to somebody that makes a beracha, and you say amen to the beracha, for this, it's not the best. We really rather you make the berachot yourself. But for this, it'll count as if you're making a beracha yourself. So what should you do? When you see a friend in the shul, you tell him, hey, make the beracha out loud. I only have 63 berachot. I'm short 20 berachot over here. I need extra. Don't be a kamsan. Don't be a miser. Say the beracha out loud. When a person goes up to the Torah, there's 2 berachot. Every guy goes up to the Torah. 7 people go up. That's 14 berachot right there. Haftarah is another 5 berachot. Bingo. You can pick up 20 berachot just listening to the berachot. Mencha, you got another 6, 3 olim. Nit'atef v'sisit, all the berachot that's made. You should make beracha on the besamim a few times on Shabbat, in order to gain a couple extra berachot. So with this, I heard the Rasha once of my Rabbi, Hakam Baruch Alav Shalom, on the Pasuk in Shir HaShirim. The Pasuk in Shir HaShirim says like this, Ha'elef lecha Shelomo. Anytime it says the word Shelomo in Shir HaShirim, it's referring to Misha Shalom Shelo, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Pasuk says, Ha'elef lecha Shelomo. Ribono shel olam, every day we collect 1,000. We deposit 1,000 coins. Ha'elef lecha Shelomo. We make 100 berachot. Each berachah has 10 coins. We give you 1,000 a day to put in our bank account. Oh, but on Shabbat, we only have 80 berachot. We're short 200 coins. What do? Umatayim. And the 200 that we're missing, the guys that eat the fruit, that's for the people that eat the fruit on Shabbat. So Shlomo HaMelech says, that's good. Hey Yoshevet Baganim. That's for the people who have gardens. But Haverim, but people that don't have the garden, what are they going to do? Makshivim lekolech hashmi'ini. We tell the guy, ayet, say the barakah out loud. Hashmi'ini lekolech. Haverim, makshivim lekolech. Listen to his voice. Hashmi'ini. And therefore we get the barakah like that also. So you see how important this inyan of the barakot is, especially in our time. Imagine that. That was the whole battle here. The whole battle was against Berachot. Unfortunately, we have a lot of sick people in Klal Yisrael. As I said, there's many people that need refuah. Am Yisrael is going through difficult times. Wherever you go, there's families that have a lot of pain. There's many sigulot. This one has a special wine to drink. This one has special matzah. This one has a special water or an oil. They're all good. The Jewish people are called Am Sigullah because we love Sigulot. But this is more than a Sigullah. This is, the Gemara is telling you that making 100 berachot can take away gezerot. Hukam al, David HaMelech established 100 and the 100 people stopped dying. And the source starts from the Satan himself. He came along and said, I'm going to put a damage in the calf, in the 100. But he told Yaakov, but I'm going to give you the serum against this venom. I'm going to give you the medicine. And what's the serum that's able to break the calf? That's the Berachot, that's Yisrael, that's 541, that's Mizmor LeTodah, that's Modim, that's the Kafahat, Asara Zab Mede'ah Ketoret, that's the 100 letters in the Pasuk of Hashem, the magic 100 that breaks the Samech Mem, which is 100, which brings into a person Yirat Shamayim, which breaks away all the Mechitsot. But it has to be with a Neshama in the Berachah. Just to make these quickie berachot, the guy puts his hand over like this over as if he's doing some sort of Olympic exercise over here. Not the Olympics. Not whoever makes the fastest berachah wins a gold medal of some sort. You're not in any contest to make on the contrary, the faster you make the berachah, the bigger ama'arish you are. That doesn't prove anything. The berachot, Rabbi Yehuda Sadka said you have to make a berachah like you're counting $100. Every beracha is a $100 bill. How do you count it? You see the men counting like this. They want to make sure there's nothing stuck to it. Then they put it down, they take the next one. They put it down. Baruch! You feel it. And the difference between making a beracha me'ah or a not is a few seconds. It doesn't take that much longer. But the value is great. God forbid, if a doctor's in surgery and he rushes through the procedure, he becomes careless. Instead of helping, he can damage. When you're making the 100 berachot, you're stopping gezerot ra'ot, you're a surgeon. Every beracha that you're making is doing great things for Klal Yisrael. It takes away the samich mem, it takes away mara'in bishin and gezerot ra'ot and all different. But you have to do the surgery correct. And it's worth it. You have to make a cognizant effort to break the habit. We're in a habit. I'll conclude with Hatam Sofer said. There's a pasuk in Tehillim, the David. בשנותו את טעמו לפני אבימלך ויגרשהו וילך. What's the story of the David? David HaMelech was once running away because he was in trouble. So he got to Achish Melech Gat. Also it's called Avimelech. We learned it in the Nevi'im. And he wanted to get protection from Avimelech. They told Avimelech that this guy killed Goliath. Goliath was the brother of the king, or the bodyguard of the king. The king said, hey, this guy killed my... So now, David HaMelech is scared that Avimelech will kill him. David was worried that this Avimelech guy's going to get me. So he prayed to Borei Olam, please Borei Olam, you got to help me, how am I going to get out of this mess? So Borei Olam made David temporarily insane. So he started to act like a mishuga. He started to jump and make noise and David b'shannoto et ta'amo. God changed his ta'am, his brains, lifnei Abimelech. Now, what was he writing? He was writing on the door, you owe me $1,000, you owe me $1 million, give me $1 million. Hey, what's this crazy guy doing in my palace? Abimelech happened to be, his wife was a crazy lady. His wife was Chafan, she was a crazy lady. So, he came along and said, what do you mean? Hasen Meshuga'im ani? I don't have enough crazy people in the palace. You brought me another crazy. I'm dealing with my wife, Mishnun, and now you're going to bring another crazy lady over here, another crazy man. Get him out of here. What did he do? Vaygareshehu vayelach. Get out of here. That's a nice story. What's the next pasuk? Abarecha et Adonai bechol et. I make blessings to God at every moment. Tamid tillato befi. Always your praise is in my mouth. What's the connection between these two pasukim? Two different subjects. The David b'shanato ta'amo, when David became crazy, Abarechet Hashem kolet, says the Hatam Sofer, it's not. There's a connection between the first pasuk and the second pasuk. The first pasuk talks about David HaMelech going insane and being crazy. And you know what the second pasuk is? That's the way we make berachot, like David HaMelech b'shanato ta'amo lefnei Abimelech. Our berachot are made like we're crazy people, like we're insane. Somebody insane talks, but doesn't know what he's saying. He just rattles things without any thought. David HaMelech was saying, I remember b'shavnotot ta'amon lifnei Abimelech, when you changed my dad, guess what, Borei Olam? Abarecha et Adonai bechol et tamid telato befi. The blessing is just in my mouth. It's not in my heart. It's just lip service. Telato befi. It's just in my mouth. And therefore he learned the Musar. When you're crazy, you're not expected to make the berachot b'kavanah. But now I'm not crazy anymore, and I'm still making the berachot, like that time when I was crazy in Abimelech's house. And that's the Musar. If we want this Sigulat to work, it takes a little effort. It's not just to make 100 berachot. On the contrary, making 100 berachot the wrong way can be detrimental. Hukam al. We have to elevate the al. And this is the great Musar, how we can overcome the curse of the Malach in this week's parasha. Number one, Timichin deoraita. the tefillin shel yad and the tefillin shel rosh. Al sherafu yedehem min ha-Torah. The Satan went after the Torah. He couldn't get Torah, but he got the supporters. And the second thing is, he went after Klal Yisrael's health. He went after Klal Yisrael, Bar Minan, with Gezerot. And he gave us the answer that the Me'ah Berachot is our solution. What a Musar. Now go out, when the Rabbi speak about Me'ah Berachot, where's that in this week's parasha? Where did he pull that out of? You can't imagine where you're going to hit from. You come into the shiur, and you can't imagine where did he get Me'ah Berachot. If I gave you a heads up, go, I'm talking about Me'ah Berachot. Here's a 30-year head start. Go find it. Where are you going to find it? Look, everything is intertwined in. But if the Satan went after 100, that must be it's a very important thing, because he knows. He knows where the items are. Yiratzon, we should be zochet to take a musar. I'm the first one. Berachot a little slower, a little louder, a little more kavanah, a little better pronunciation, and then Be'ezat Hashem, it'll be mele'ah, it'll be like ketoret. Ha'elef nechas shlomo will make that deposit of 1,000 coins in the bank, but more importantly, what it'll do for Klal Yisrael. Borei Olam should save us from gezerot ra'ot, ve'aser mimenu sara, yagon va'anacha, Be'ezat Hashem, ונעשו יגון והנחה, ששון ושמחה ליהודים, בעזרת השם, בריאים וכל טוב, אמן. אמן.